Good afternoon and welcome to the webcast here live again at the Austin Convention Center for day 2 of Capital Punishment Battle on the Bank 2. I'm one to Mike Whiteley, joined with me.
Wesley Page.
Bob Noxious.
I'm the Reverend Mike of San Diego.
And I'm Principal Wood from the Red Dirt Rebellion.
We're really happy to be here once again. If y'all watched it yesterday, you know what we're going to be talking about here in just a couple minutes. Without a doubt, some of the best skating I've ever seen anywhere. These truly are the best skaters in the United States. And today we go into championship mode. We're going to be going through all the winners brackets today. And it is going to be unbelievable. I can tell you what, Wesley. What do you think about yesterday?
Well, I mean, wow. That's all I could say. We got an opportunity to see some of the best roller derby teams in the country yesterday. Very impressed by a lot of the teams that we were predicting. I know Bob came out and started talking about the champions from last year, Los Angeles Derby Dolls. I got to tell you, Bob, I'm going to go ahead and swing over to you. I'm just going to say I'm not worthy. I mean, you're completely right about that team. I mean, that's probably the most dominant performance I've seen by a roller derby team in my life, and I'll let you comment on L.A.
Yeah, I thought LA was fantastic. You know, when we talked yesterday, and Wesley said, okay, what are your predictions? And I said, well, LA is always the champion until somebody unseeds them. I really felt that San Diego, that their program has stepped up significantly. And then I really had a strong feeling about Team Legit, which is an all-star team of flat track skaters. And as it turned out, that with the Texas roller derby turned out to be the best 4 teams. And to your point, Wes, I think we're going to see the thing that I really liked about Los Angeles. They have, much like Team Legit, amazing pack control. I thought Broadzilla was probably one of the best pivots I've ever seen play. She doesn't just play the position, she is the field commander. And I know I went up and talked to her afterward because I had to meet her. She was just that good. Team Legit, as you know, Wes was complimenting on yesterday, came out and played maybe even better than I anticipated. And I would say that up front, Rachel Bouquet might be the second best field commander out there right now from a pack situation. And then you throw San Diego into the mix, and you've got, which is now a very veteran squad, as Reverend Mike can tell you. You put Trish and Ivana out there, and you know, and an experienced bank track team, you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, we'll find out here in just a little bit and everything. You know, San Diego's kicking it off against Team Legit, starting off here and everything. Reverend Mike, that's your team. Do you think they're going to be able to hold up to the onslaught from Team Legit?
Absolutely. I think they have the ability to, match Team Legit skill for skill. The problem is, I think Team Legit has strengths and San Diego has strengths, and they might have to shift their game a little bit, to figure out each other. So, it's definitely going to be a game of strategy. They can't just go out and play their standards. So, yeah, they absolutely could. The difference is here, Team Legit, hand-picked, you got a lot of skilled players who don't have a lot of experience together. San Diego has that chemistry, so that's where it's going to balance out.
Now, Rev, I got a question for you because we've been talking a lot about the speed of Team Legit. We've been talking about the power, intensity, and the organization, I think, of L.A. Now, where does L.A. and San Diego rank against each other? Where does San Diego like itself as far as winning this tournament? I mean, I think that's what a lot of the out-of-towners here want to know. Where does San Diego rank against the LA Derby Dolls?
Well, I mean, San Diego's played, I believe, 3 bank tracks against LA this year, at least 2, and they've won both of them. And, bank track was LA's game for a number of years. They had, as far as years of experience, they had an edge on us, and we closed that gap. So, as far as I'm going to say, if you're going to follow what's going on currently, I mean, San Diego's got it with LA.
Now, do you think San Diego's a sleeper in this tournament to win the whole thing?
Absolutely. Like I said, you saw them play yesterday. They're definitely evenly matched with the rest of the teams today. They certainly can take it.
Well, and the other team left in the tournament, obviously TXRD, our hometown girls, and Team Legit got some very angry emails yesterday telling me to stop talking about Team Legit, but I can't.
I think you had a hard-on for him yesterday. I mean, you were in love with him yesterday.
Well, I got to tell you, if I ran my own roller derby team, Mike, you know what I would do? I would just find the fastest skaters in the world, put the Greyhounds on the track, and just release them and let them go. And that's exactly what Team Legit is. I mean, they're just so fast, so exciting to watch. I'm glad that I'm going to be sitting out the first bout, letting these guys take over and commentate so I can sit down trackside and watch the speed. I mean, it's going to be a great bout. Now, they're coming up against today against San Diego. And, I mean, that's going to be a real bout to see. You've got two fast teams. I think San Diego might be a little bit more gelled together. But Team Legit is just what a pleasure to watch that team. Now, let's transition over, Mike. TXRD looked pretty good yesterday. I mean, obviously, those are the gals that we're the most familiar with. They won by triple digits, of course, against the team that they played out of Corpus. Mike, you have seen these gals play a lot of years. What do you think the chances are of them winning this tournament today, obviously having lost last year to LA by over 40 points?
It came down to a crucial call, and it was a different set of rules and everything. Every time we've always played these teams in the past, we've always dominated and everything. And then last year we get our stuff handed to us there in Los Angeles with a different set of rules. Our girls have been training on this set of rules. I think that they are definitely up to speed. You know, the tournament matchups and the way the ladder falls out and everything, you had a lot of disparity between the teams. Some of the best bouts we saw were the last two of the evening and everything. And I think the LA and Team Legit definitely came out with all their big guns right at first. You know, they ran up the score. They didn't really need to. And I don't know if they might not show as well today as they did yesterday against a weaker team. Today, they're going to be up against the best team.
Well, I would say one thing that our girls have an advantage with is we are in Austin. I mean, I don't know how many of the gals wanted to travel last year and weren't able to because of other obligations. So we definitely know that we have the people on the track this year that can be there, and we may have the most talented people out of our league. I mean, I know there's a lot of them. I do think TXRD has that advantage. The bout everybody's talking about yesterday, though, was obviously Red Dirt versus Hurricane Alley Roller Derby. I mean, what about? I think that had to be the closest, obviously, and the scrappiest of all of them. Principal Wood, tell me about how the girls felt after winning that bout. I know they were excited about coming down here and winning a bout in this tournament, and I got to tell you, they had to earn that victory, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. They had a great time yesterday. You know, they played LA Derby Dolls up first, and LA, you know, really ran all over them. They just could not keep up with Mile a Minute. Mile a Minute is just extremely fast, you know, with LA Derby Dolls. I mean, she was way beyond out in front of the pack time and time again. Our girls were really happy to just be here in the tournament. You know, and then the fact that they did get a couple of scores on LA, you know, LA didn't totally shut them out. So they were ecstatic after that.
How many bouts have y'all had so far? Y'all are brand new to this sport.
Yeah, we're actually brand new. We've had one bout, you know, interleague bout with two of our three teams against each other.
So one bout. I think having one bout under your belt and going up against LA, I mean, I think that's admirable. I don't think the scoreboard showed how that bout really went.
No, it didn't. It was a really good bout, the one bout that they did have, but it was actually, we did flat track in McAllister, Oklahoma at an event center. So it wasn't even on our bank track, you know. We just got our bank track set up about 3 or 4 months ago. So, I mean, literally the girls have just been on it that long.
Now, Principal, tell us a little bit about the jammer, y'all-star jammer that y'all had on the team last night. That's who I was really impressed with. I got to sit down trackside and look at both of those teams. And really, I got to say, Mike, really proud of our girls out of Corpus. Really put up a fight. I was getting pretty excited for them. That was kind of a Texas versus Oklahoma.
Yeah, that was kind of a Red River challenge.
Yeah,
there
it was.
again,
It was almost a
tell us a
battle
little
on the
bit
bank.
about that jammer, though. I mean, there's one jammer on y'all's team.
Susie Uzi or
Susie Uzi
okay.
is particularly talented.
Susie.
Now, you guys got to be pretty excited about her.
Yeah, she's the travel team captain. She's also a team captain. She's a co-founder. She was with a flat track team in Oklahoma City for a couple of years, and her and a couple of the other girls, Smackety Ann and Pure Chaos, who isn't available, isn't able to come this weekend because of other matters she had going on. But they started Red Dirt Rebellion. They all made the decision, hey, we want to step out. We want to be bank track. So they spun off of another team, another league that was up in Oklahoma City, and started Red Dirt. They worked for about a year and a half raising money just to build the track and everything,
Well,
so they did that.
if you guys up in Oklahoma keep up the way you're going right now, there really are going to be some Red River shootouts in the future between TXRD and Red
Oh,
Dirt
without a
Rebellion.
doubt. Without a doubt. Do you see us having a series between our two leagues down here?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to, we're opening our season July 11th. We're flying in the Phoenix team, for that. We'll bout against, inter teams within our league, several times. But, I'd love to see if there's a way to get in, something this year or certainly next spring or something with TXRD. We're not that far away. It's about a 6-hour drive.
We could at least drive. It's kind of hard to commute to L.A. for a bout, in an afternoon, but we can definitely drive up there. Then with the Hurricane Alley girls getting everything together too, we might have an I-35 corridor bout or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm going to filibuster a second and talk a little bit about the girls from Corpus. Mike, I was so proud of them coming out. Obviously, their first tournament. They're a rather new league out there. They have aspirations of being a bank track league. I was so proud of the way that they came out and fought last night. That last bout between Red Dirt and Hurricane Alley, so entertaining. Let's talk a little bit about what we got coming up today, because if you paid the price of admission this weekend to get out here, this is what you came out here to see. The first bout we have coming up is going to be these two outstanding teams that we talked about from San Diego, the San Diego Derby Dolls and Team Legit. Boy, that is going to be an exciting bout. Coming up next, we then have TXRD versus the LA Derby Dolls. That's what everybody wants to see. And then, of course, we will play the third place bout, which will be the losers out of those two brackets. Finally, tonight, we will come back for the grand finale, which will be the champion of this tournament. Mike, we have got an exciting day planned today.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. If you have to leave for any reason and you have to step away from the computer or the screen for a while, first bout will be at 2:30. TXRD and LA will be at 3:30. So if for any reason you have to leave, definitely turn it back on by 3:30 to get it going.
What's that all about?
Say you have to go to the store to get another six-pack or
Say
something.
you have to go to the restroom.
You might have to go to the restroom,
Third game before that?
Well, like I said, we kick it off at 2:30 this afternoon, and if for any reason you have to leave, make sure you're back by then. And then the next one is going to be at 5:30, and hopefully we'll be at 6:45, 5 o'clock, and then but at 6:45, Cruiserweight, who one of the best bands we have playing, our very own Chicle, heads that one up and everything. And they will be playing a rendition of the world's best roller derby song. I can't say what it is yet, but you'll know it when you hear it.
World's best roller derby song. I can't wait. If you're watching out there in Webland and you are in the Austin area, there is still time to get out here. Do not miss these great bands. Do not miss the great live action. People have come from all over the country to witness the greatest event in roller derby this year.
Actually,
right here in Austin,
there's
Texas.
a couple skaters from New Zealand that are here.
Oh, wow.
That came all the way from New Zealand to watch it. So, I mean, this is global and everything. So, yeah, if you're in Dallas, Houston, shoot, if you're in Oklahoma, still got time to make it down here and everything. We're going to be going on till 10 o'clock tonight. Another 8 hours of the best skating in the United States.
Well, I guess, Mike, we'll get them ready, get the band warmed up over here now. In the meantime, we've got Bob. Do you got any last words of encouragement for any of these teams?
Well, I don't think you have to encourage any of these teams. I think all the fire is there. Obviously, having a flat track background.
Who do you like today, Bob?
You know, just like Wes said, how do you choose? Every one of those games was a blowout. Every one of those teams deserves to be where they're at. You know, I will have to admit my heart is with Team Legit. They're people that I've known for a long time. I think the connection, some of the connection between Team Legit and the San Diego Derby Dolls makes it even that much more interesting. It's kind of the sensei and the grasshopper kind of thing, as you've got Ivana and Trish Dish, who have helped hone a handful of the Team Legit girls and flat track in general. So it's going to be a very, very interesting square off. So personally, I'm really excited to see all the bouts, but that first bout in particular, I think it's going to be interesting.
Now, Principal Wood, who do you like to win this thing? I know you got a chance to see a lot of these teams close up yesterday. Who do you like to win the entire tournament?
Well, I've got a little favoritism to LA. Bitchy Kitten, one of the LA guys, helped us build our track. Their track and our track's pretty identical. We went to LA last year, several of us from Red Dirt Rebellion, for the first tournament and everything. Some great action on the second day, last year. I'm sure today is going to be just as fun-filled or even better. At the same time, I got to say, Team Legit looked really good. San Diego looked great. There's a lot of speed out there. Naturally, TXRD, you got everybody down here that can be here. You're going to have a hometown crowd in here, I'm sure, cheering for your group and everything. And, like what Wanda Mike said earlier about that, you've got people here that have the ability to come even though maybe they couldn't fly out of town had it been in LA or Vegas or someplace like that. I think it's going to be pretty evenly matched. I think we're down to the 4 great teams right here. And, with Bank Track Roller Derby, anything can happen. It can go any direction. And penalties were a big factor yesterday, and there was a lot of heart in that last game with Hurricane Alley and Red Dirt. There was a couple of fights that broke out. There were several ejections, lots of major penalties. I don't know that we'll see any fights today, but I think there'll be a lot of penalties and probably some more ejections.
Absolutely. There was no lack of intensity on either side. Now, Rev, who do you got to win this thing?
I'm standing behind San Diego all the way. I want to refer to a point you made earlier. Team Legit's got that speed. San Diego's been really working on that defense. If you notice, they've got that wall mastered. You can go as fast as you want, but if you hit a wall, you go splat.
I like that take. Mike?
Well, after watching all these teams, and we have the best vantage point in the whole arena up here and everything, and watching how the teams work and everything, I think this whole tournament is going to come down to defense, just like you said. We've got some breakaway scores. We saw all the big teams yesterday just running up the points, sometimes scoring 20 points in one jam. So I think this one is going to come down to defense, and I'm still going to go with the TXRD. Team Legit has got the scores. They've got the cohesiveness, even though they don't play that much. LA has got the talent. They are a machine. San Diego, they came out of LA, same thing. They're a machine. They operate really, really well. They all have the ammunition to put the points on the board, but it's going to come down to defense, and I'm leaning one way, but I don't have anybody in particular in mind because all these 4 teams in the finals are the best teams in the country.
Well, as we close this out here, I have a prediction, and unfortunately it's going to sound very wishy-washy. Write it down. TXRD shocks the world, wins the entire tournament. No disrespect to anyone else.
There you have
I got to go with my girls here out of Austin. I do think you're right, Mike. It's going to come down to defense. I think our girls have got the defense to do that. Who am I kidding? I'm just biased.
We're all going with our love. Let's face it, Aqua tie.
All right, as we get ready to warm up the band, everybody watching out there, we've got a great show lined up for you today. Obviously, we got a lot of great people going to be commentating these bouts. We're always trying to do this. Mike and I want to bring a lot of value to all you people who loyally watch out there on the internet. So let's get ready for the band to get warmed up.
That's right.
Let's get everybody's coats on and get everybody's mics warmed up and get ready to go.
There you have it. And we'll be back in just about 35 minutes.